BBC Sherlock. And then this cup right here, that is the same cups and saucers they had in the Jeremy Brett shows.
Oh.
And this apartment is 1 block from Baker Street.
I've been to Baker Street. I spent all day in there just wandering.
Yeah. The apartment that we're in here is from 1890, actually. And out that window, if I look, or actually that way, I can see the Baker Street tube station.
It's right across the street from.
Yeah, pretty close. Yes. And it's a little crazy fanatic. I realize that.
You know what? You could be obsessed with worse things in this world. And we are so happy you are, because I'm telling you, we were reading it at the same time and we kept calling each other and saying, oh my gosh, this is so good.
Oh, good. Well, I hope you got some laughs out of it, because I think that was very funny. One of my favorite scenes in there is the one that thinly disguised Oscar Wilde.
Oh,
Because I promised a friend of mine I would put a gay character in. And you have to be careful in that era because it was illegal. They couldn't be upfront about it. But it was certainly there, and, you know, there was all over the place. And Conan Doyle was himself. He was not snobby about this. He was a friend of Oscar Wilde. It would be really fun because Watson is such a good person. He's such a nice man, but he would be terribly uncomfortable if he were mistaken. You know?
Yeah.
He wouldn't want to be mean, but he would just be uncomfortable. Kind of like they kind of put Watson in that position in BBC Sherlock a bit.
Yes.
I mean, he's not a mean guy. He's not offended. He's just embarrassed. And so I thought it'd be so fun to like stick him in that situation and see. I think Holmes is kind of an ambiguous character that way, and I don't think we need to know really.
Oh, I totally agree.
He's more fun as a mystery, really.
Yeah. And you know, after I found out that you wrote screenplays, I thought about it, and there were so many scenes in this book that would have just made a great movie. Like when they're in the water and the water's rising. I couldn't turn the pages fast enough.
You know, I actually went down there to that place, and I went with an expert on the foreshore who knew all about all the history of the shipbuilding that had taken place. I have to show you something. Hold on for a second. Yep. So I actually went down there and I got these artifacts from this is an iron.
Oh my goodness.
So these things are from the shipbuilding area where slips were that I described and that the guy was tied to. These are the actual.
There's a YouTube show that comes on weekly, and it's about mudlarking.
Mudlarking, yes. I've seen that.
I love that show, and the things they find, and that's what I was picturing when I read that scene along the shore there.
So I found those two things, and also I got a tiny little piece of Victorian pottery. But that's why I had Watson get that coin. In fact, I got that idea from that show, that coin, because we didn't find anything that valuable right then when I was out there with the guy. But like he pointed out, that's where the slaughterhouse was, and it blew downwind, and all that stuff legitimately was there. Tide does come in really fast. and we were wandering all around the bottom of the Isle of Dogs, and he's like, we could go a little more. And I said, well, when's it coming? And he says, oh, we have time. And I said, no. We don't have time. Because he was a big, tall, very fit guy, and I'm, short and old, and, it's just like, I don't really trust myself to run out of here.
Oh, that's great.
I also thought it was that I really love the fact that you injured Sherlock in this book. And I thought it gave a whole new dimension to the relationship between Holmes and Watson, and also and the drug use. I thought that was brilliant.
That was also a conscious choice. He actually gets injured in the other two as well. So Watson does in one, but I think it amps up the emotional content and shows the friendship. But I also, just from a storytelling standpoint, I love the notion of the phoenix rising from the ashes. Now he's a Superman, but he's human. He's fallible. He gets injured. He gets tired. He gets grumpy. He forgets he makes mistakes and he gets hurt. He's a human, but he transcends that. And that's what a Superman is, so that's kind of part of why I do that. Also, it just makes you care about him and Watson more.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, definitely keep up the good work. And
thank you. Did you by any chance read Michael Dearda's review in the Washington Post, since that's your area?
No, I haven't seen it. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah, look it up. It's quite nice. Yes.
Good. Right. Well, you're definitely going to get an excellent review from us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Really great to talk to you.
All right.
Bye-bye. That was one of the best interviews we've had since
Bonnie
we started
was a delight.
this. Bonnie was wonderful. She is a true Conan Doyle
devotee.
Yes.
As I was reading this book, I said to my husband, who is a huge Sherlock Holmes fan, he liked the Jeremy Brett depiction of him, but his favorite are the actual books. And I told him he really needs to read Bonnie's because her cadence and her language was just so spot on to me. I just am in awe of what she was able to do.
Yes, you very quickly forget that this is a modern adaptation of Conan Doyle's works. It's just amazing. I can't wait to go back and read the other two.
I thought it was interesting how she said it takes her 2 years because she takes the research for each book extremely serious. So that just shows you the dedication she has to each one of these books.
If you're a Sherlock fan, you can feel that you are back in the 1800s when you read this book. It really impressed me.
Just the fact that, like we say in the interview, that Conan Doyle only wrote 4 full-length Sherlock books, and she's getting ready to match him for that. And he was putting them out rather quickly. And I thought it was interesting how she admitted she made that mistake, but Conan Doyle had
made the same
mistake. I guess they are fallible, just like the rest of us.
I recommend this book. It was an amazing book. It really was.
We can't wait for the next book, and I'm pretty excited because we do have options because there are 2 other books to read, and I am definitely going to be doing that. I don't think that these books necessarily have to be read in order. I think just like the Holmes books, they are stories in of itself.
Yes. We look forward to hopefully meeting Bonnie at one of the conferences in the future.
Definitely.
Bonnie's website is www.macbird.com.
Well, after this long episode, we're just going to get this all wrapped up in a neat little bow. Visit our website at itwasadarkandstormybookclub.com. There you can subscribe to our newsletter. You can find out how to submit a short story. You can check out all of our past episodes.
And email us at darkandstormybookclub@gmail.com with comments, suggestions, or just say hi. That brings us to the end. So thank you for listening. We hope you join us next time. And remember,
life would be boring without a little mystery. Bye.
Bye.